Val, welcome to Upper Radio.
What's going on? What's going on?
Man, another day, another day. So this is your first time on the podcast. Let's
On
go
any,
ahead and just.
bro. This is my first time on any podcast ever. So
Oh, really? This is your first one right here?
yeah, it's my first one ever. I used to do like a little one back in like 2018, like mess around with the homies, like a little SoundCloud podcast. But I've never been on like an actual podcast for like an interview before. This is my first one.
Well, bro, I'm glad. This is the first one kind. You said in 2018 it was like a SoundCloud podcast.
Yeah, like I wasn't really like covering music though and shit. It was like I was just fucking around, like just like talking with different people that I found interesting around town and shit. It's like my first time talking about music and shit on a podcast.
Right on. And what's so crazy is 2018 seems so long ago.
Bruh, for real. Like that's when
Yeah.
all this shit started. Like 2018 was probably the first time I ever even tried making music ever.
Oh, really? Okay. We're gonna get into all that good stuff. It's so crazy. That's like before the pandemic. You know what I mean? Like different times, bro.
Mm-hmm. The world is different.
It sure is. But let's talk about the vibes, bro. How's your day going?
Day's pretty cool. Had a couple hours of work earlier this morning, and then got off at like 1. Had the homie over. I was working on something for a little bit, working on some music, and then now I'm chilling. I just got done recording
Nice.
20 minutes ago.
Oh, is it like a home studio?
Yeah, I do everything myself at home, just with the laptop interface, microphone, and I just get after it.
Hey, yo, that's badass. I like that. Let's start off with VEL, VEL.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that name, how'd you get it, what it represents.
Well, I've been known as VEL on the internet for a long time, bro. Like since probably 2012, I've been going by VEL. But before I was making music, I was just doing like, like the Call of Duty community. You remember like the old like FaZe Clan videos,
Yeah.
shit like
Yeah.
that. I was like
Yeah.
heavy into like the Call of Duty sniper community back then, and I don't know. I was like fucking around just trying to make a gamer tag, and I ended up looking up like Roman words. I was just like super into like Greek and Roman language, and Velibrum is like some place in Italy, and it's like a little like I don't know. It's like a little area in Italy or some shit, and I just fucked with the name, and it was Velibrum as like my gamer tag and my online name for a long time, and then I ended up joining some team. And I couldn't have like the team name and Velibrum all the way through, so I just shortened it to Vel. And ever since then, bro, I've just been Vel. And it just like plugged in perfectly with music. I was just like trying to think of a name for like as a rap name, and I just stuck with that one because I was already like building a reputation online with it,
Yo, that's so crazy. Like you couldn't fit the whole word in. That's what the universe chose for you, bro.
Straight up.
Dang. So it started off as a gaming tag name. So are you still into the games?
Nah, I gave that shit up like I don't know. I'd say like 2017 when I just started like I don't know. I just started focusing on money. Once you kind of get like addicted to making money, you just like it stops all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a lot of fun. I made some cool videos. We got some views. We got some followers from it. But it was like I never really seen it as like a potential career. Once I got on some money shit, I was just like I just gave up on gaming. But I still appreciate it. I'll still watch videos of it on YouTube and shit, or just like every once in a while I'll turn on the game and play it. But nah, not as serious as I was.
Did you ever get into like Nazi zombies?
Yeah, shit like that. Hell yeah, bro. I did all that shit, bro. Skyrim, Call of Duty, Nazi zombies, everything. Like anything you could think of in the Xbox kind of fucking gaming nerd shit, I was all on that shit back in the day.
Badass, bro. Let's say you could get some money in your pockets for doing video games. Would you hop back on?
Yeah, if I was doing like Twitch streaming and like some like music followers wanted to like see me play shit on Twitch and then like I can get donations and shit from there, I might do it, but I don't know, bro. It's just like I get so frustrated now with games like so easily. As soon as I start playing and I start fucking off, I'm just like, oh no, this is not fun, bro. This is doing nothing but making me mad, bro.
But what's so crazy is that people might like that reaction though, you know?
Yeah, for real. No, you're not wrong.
So if I got this correct, you started making music in 2018?
Yeah, I started making music. I started experimenting around 2018. I was supposed to start in like 2015, bro. No cap, or like early 2016. I've been into the scene though. Like I've been in the underground scene since like 2012. I've been a fan since 2012 for sure.
Okay, okay. And what made you decide to tap into this space?
Um, I don't know. It's kind of crazy because it's like I grew up listening. Like my parents were super into like music, so like my dad was like the hip hop head, rap
Mm,
head. Like he was into NWA, Houdini, like all that old 80s and early 90s rap shit. He was
yeah.
putting me onto all that shit when I was young. And then my mom was like a metalhead. You know what I mean? She was into
Mm,
like Metallica, Iron Maiden, Motley Crue, like all that old 80s thrash, all that 80s hair metal. So like I grew up kind of like a balance of both worlds. You know what I mean? I was getting influenced on my music taste early. I had another uncle that was like super into music. He was going to concerts like every weekend. We're talking like different bands
damn.
every weekend. So he was always sharing music with me and shit. And I'd say when I turned like, I don't know, once I got into like eighth grade, when I was like maybe 13 or 12, I don't know how old you are, eighth grade, maybe 13, 14, and
Yeah.
like got our first like computer classes. That was
Mm-hmm.
when I first started kind of finding out about music on my own. And that was like, I always wanted, okay, so like I was born in 96. So I kind of like grew up in the same, like during the come up of the iPod, and I had always wanted an iPod, and I
Yeah.
kept asking for one, kept asking for one, and then my uncle ended up getting a brand new one at the time. I don't remember what the model was, but he ended up giving me his old one, and it was already preloaded with a ton of music, and like the type of shit that was on there, we're talking like old Wayne,
Yeah.
old 3 6 Mafia, Insane Clown Posse, like
There you
all
go.
that old underground shit, and I just remember like at the time I didn't really understand like that there was like a whole scene and like community based around like all of these artists. I just really liked the music. And then yeah, dude, once I got into high school and started kind of exploring, I ended up just like finding shit on my own. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yo,
yeah,
go ahead.
and then ended up just like once you're in like the gaming community too, bro, it's like you're around so many different people from so many different places. Like you have friends in America that are in different states. You have friends in Europe that are all over Europe and Russia and all these different places. And then you follow them on Twitter and they end up retweeting shit. I say 2012 was like the first time I seen Space Ghost Perk. That was probably what got me. That was like my introduction into all this shit.
Oh, damn. Okay, so you had some like beautiful influences from your pops, from your moms, your uncle. What are
Sure.
some of the artists that like helped you in your journey?
Like as far as like influence my sound.
Um, maybe not so much to influence your sound, just that you're a big fan of.
Um, my number one, I mean, from back then is definitely like I would have to say 3 6 Mafia, bro. 3 6 Mafia was like the number one.
Yeah.
Bro, I really was like a little kid, like listening to that shit. That was like the one group I can remember always stood out to me. And it wasn't even like their most influential shit that I fucked with either. It wasn't even like the early 90s shit. It was more like the little bit later 2000s, like the 04, 05 era when they were kind of like at their plateau. You know what I mean? Like Half on a Sack and songs like that. You know what I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
like my favorite. That's still my favorite rap group of all time. One of them at least.
Yo, 3 6 Mafia are legends, dude. All the artists that were in it. I know it ended up just being like Juicy J and what was the other artist name? DJ Paul.
Yeah, DJ Paul, Juicy J, Crunchy Black, Lord
Ooh,
Infamous,
Crunchy Black.
all those people. Lord Infamous especially was like my favorite.
From 3 6 Mafia's catalog, which one would you say is your favorite record by him?
Uh, that's a good one. I don't know. I like the Underground Tape Volume One. That's like kind of like the compilation of all like their earliest work. And when they put it together as like the mixtape or album, that was like my favorite one. I think it's like the Underground Volume One.
Yeah, it has that grit to it, bro. Like no one
Oh,
can
yeah,
duplicate.
I love that
Uh,
one.
okay, so you would say, well, when was the first time you actually recorded your first track?
So I have a friend. He's another artist. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's Slam Yates. He's like a part of my he's part of my collective Unspoken. He was like, okay, so I graduated high school in 2015. I kind of left school with like I kind of left school by myself, bro. I never had like a set group of friends. Like I had a lot of friends because I played sports. I played football. I wrestled and shit. So like knew me, but I didn't really like fuck with too many people in school. Um, so I was kind of like, I'm not trying to be corny and be like, oh, I was like a loner or whatever. Like I wasn't really like a loner. Like I had friends, but I just like never had that group of like solid individuals around me. So when I
Right.
graduated in 2015, I kind of was just like off into the world as an adult and like by myself. You know, I didn't really have like homies to like lean on and shit. So I kind of just started exploring my city, bro. Because when I was younger, I never really explored my city. But once I turned 18, I got my car. I got all that shit. I just started
Mm.
exploring, and I ended up finding this open mic night um, at this coffee shop, this legendary coffee shop in our city. It's called the Queen Bean, and there's like this open mic night that they did there. That's like one of the most popular fucking events like of all time. And I ended up meeting Jake there, or Slam Yates. I ended up meeting him there, and he was already rapping. Like he was already rapping and like dropping music. And I hadn't really found anyone in my city at the time that was like also into like the weird SoundCloud shit and the weird internet shit that I was like already into. But when I met him, I was like, oh shit, like he's really doing it and he's like dropping it on SoundCloud. Like his numbers weren't going crazy, but he was like working really hard. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
was from like 2016 to 2017. I was kind of just like hanging out with him while he was making music, like seeing how the whole process went down, seeing how he recorded, how he mixed, how he did all that shit. And he was like, bro, why don't you try rapping? Like, you already have the personality, like, and you already have, like, a little online following. Like, he's like, why don't you just try it, bro? Like, anyone can do it. Like, I'll help you with it. So I was like, all right, bro, send me a beat. And he ended up sending me a beat in, like, 2016, and I never really wrote to it. It kind of just, like, sat in my laptop. And he ended up dropping this song that I ended up really fucking with. And I was like, damn, this shit is fucking sick. And I ended up, like, going to like a show. I ended up going to it was a Suicide Boys show. I ended up going to a Suicide Boys show for the first time. That was like my first underground show. This was like
Mm.
this was like 2016 or 2017. This is like early. And then after that first show, bro, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this shit. Like I could do this shit too. Just cause like I had never experienced a feeling like that in my life. Like I never
Oof.
experienced a show or a concert or anything that had that type of energy before in my entire life, bro. So I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna do this shit too, and I just started trying it.
Yo, so it's Slam Yates, right?
Yeah, Slam Yates.
Yo, shout out to Slam Yates. I did notice that you guys work heavy
Yeah,
on the music. I see that he's almost on every one of your projects.
yeah. He discovered me. Yeah, I keep him. I keep him close, man. That's like my brother. That's like my best friend. You know what I mean? Everyone that's in Unspoken and that's surrounded, surrounds me. We've all been friends for over 4 years. Like we're all friends in real life, and we all like have been doing this shit together from the start. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's mad love right there. Now you spoke on Unspoken. I don't know much about it. Go ahead and talk on that.
Unspoken. So when I first started making music in 2018, Slam was trying to start his own little collective called AGN, which was like Ash Gang, Modesto 209 or some shit. It was Ash Gang. And we were fucking around making music together under that little like collective name. We had some guys on the internet, this dude named Imposter, this other dude, Swubby Beats. We were just fucking around. Like I was still learning how to make music, and even Slam was like kind of still in the early process of making music. But we knew we were just gonna like help each other, so we just started our own little collective. And then I was dating this girl at the time, and she had went to a different school than me. So she had like retweeted this kid onto my timeline one day, and I was like, "Yo, who is this?" And she's like, "Oh, this is some kid that went to school with me." Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink of water.
Oh yeah.
She was like, "This is some kid that went to school with me, and he makes music and shit. You should check it out." So I was like, "Fuck it," and I went on his SoundCloud. It was my boy Lil Pop, who's like another rapper. His Instagram is YScummyY. I seen him, and I was like, "Yo, his music is like fucking." His music was hard, like hard as fuck at the time. I was like, "This shit is sick." He's in Modesto too, So me and Jake were like, well, we gotta meet this guy, bro, because like he's making fire ass shit, and we were just trying to meet other people in the area that were also on the same like wave, you know what I mean, into like the SoundCloud underground shit. So when we found him, we met him. We were like, bro, come over. We invited him to the studio, the Ash House, which is Jake's studio. We invited him over, and then my other brother Alex, they both came over. We ended up just smoking all night, just chopping it up, having a good time. We didn't end up working on anything, but we just ended up getting really cool. And then they ended up leaving. We ended up being cool with them. And then the next day, Richie had retweeted this shit called BDF onto my timeline. It was this brand, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, because it kind of reminded me of like the older underground brands like FTP, shit like that. And he was like, yeah, this is my boy's brand. And then I ended up linking up with this dude, and he ended up being like, yo, you make music? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, well, I'm restarting this group that I had started back in the day called Major Threat, and I want you to be a part of it. So I was like, for sure, if I'm going to be a part of it, you got to bring my boy Jake with me. You know what I mean? I have to bring Slam Yates with me and shit. Okay. And he was like, yeah, it's no problem. I fuck with his music too. So we ended up joining Major Threat Records. And yeah, that's how we ended up meeting like Andrew Lyons, who's like my videographer, photographer. He does like all of our visual creative stuff. I ended up meeting my brother Zella, who's also another artist. And then our brother Goldtune too, who's like our main producer of the whole thing. We ended up meeting all of them in Major Threat. And we were all just grinding, bro, for a couple years with Major Threat and BDF. And like we were really going up. Like this was like early on, so the music was still like raw. But people just fucked with us just because they just fucked with us based off like how we were as people, and they really fucked with like the brand and shit. And so we were growing a little local buzz, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I don't know, I kind of like at the time, at like once it turned about 2020, I was like going through a really bad breakup, and like I was like just feeling like people only fucked with me based off of knowing about that brand. You know what I mean? Me being a part of that collective, they didn't really fuck with me as like an artist. They kind of just fucked with me because like I was a part of something that was like already popular, you know? So I was like, I'm going to branch off. I'm going to leave and I'm going to do my own thing. And I was telling Zella like, yeah, bro, I'm going to start my own shit. And told him, you know, I'm going to start this group called Unspoken. And it's not really a group, bro. It's like basically just, it's like the family, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a group of people with all similar mindsets making like a similar sound, and we all just like want to promote each other and help each other go up, you know what I mean? So that's what it is. It's just we all met each other through this original collective. That original collective kind of fizzled out, and we just, you know, evolved into Unspoken.
What made you decide that that term Unspoken was the one?
Because it kind of has like a double to triple meaning. It's for one, we're just like quiet people. We're just like reserved. Me and all my friends are like, everyone that I work with, we're just super reserved, like stoic people. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people know us. Not a lot of people like, we don't like fuck with many people, bro. Like we really stay within our circle and only work within our circle. We don't really like try to work with too many people or like fuck with too many people, bro. We stay quiet, we stay to ourselves. And then it's kind of like lead by example, not with your words, you know what I mean? Do shit. Actually, don't just say it, just do it, you know what I mean? It's kind of the same shit.
Yo, that's hard, bro. Damn, that's really hard, bro. So Unspoken was officially created in the year 2020?
Yeah, 2020 I think was the year that we started it.
Okay. Now, is there a difference in what you're trying to accomplish as an artist and what Unspoken is trying to accomplish?
Nah, because like I said, we all have the same goals. You know what I mean? We're really just trying to make sure that we do this shit independently, and we just want to build this shit from the ground up and do everything ourselves, stay independent, and we all just to a level where we're making like at least a income that's like livable. You know, I don't really have like.
I like that.
don't want to be like massively like I don't want to massively blow up. You know what I mean? I want to grow like a slow, actually organic, like loyal fan base. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of the people that inspired me are people like Black Smurf. You know what I mean? Black Cray, Seshaw Waterboys, Raider Clan. Like people that really just like had a group of friends and like just said, "Fuck it, we're gonna do this shit, and this is what we do," and they just do it all themselves, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of wanted to have something similar that I just build with people that I trust and I really can see myself doing this shit with the rest of my life for, you know?
Okay. So that was gonna be one of my next questions is how famous you want to get. And I like that you're doing your best to stay independent and not go to like a major path, right? And I feel like, let me know if you agree that in the music business, especially now in the underground, we're kind of like staying away from that traditional sense. Do you see that happening?
Yeah, I feel like the underground is definitely like it's progressed into something like super like a lot of the values, like the older values of this shit are kind of like changing up and shit. It's a lot of people are going like a different route. Um, I don't know, man. Like I don't I don't really have like an opinion on like the newer wave. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the I feel like you can still be successful in the same way
Right.
if you are actually still making like a raw product. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're making something raw, people are gonna find it because a lot of people are just going the path like they're pretty much paying to play, bro. They're paying their way through this shit. Like they're buying promotion.
Yeah.
They're buying followers, they're doing this, they're doing that. No one actually wants to like sit down and actually put in the fucking work, you know?
Yup. And you know what? It shows like you'll go on certain artists' pages with a lot of followers, but they don't get no engagement. You know what I mean? The comments are not there.
Exactly. Like
Yeah,
there's a
that's
lot of people that you know that talk like they're buzzing, but really like numbers really add up. You know what I'm saying? Like none of it really makes sense. So
yeah. Earlier in the podcast, you did mention you're about your money, but you're an independent artist.
yeah,
Let's say here's a hypothetical question. Universal, the music label, they go to you, they email you with a big amount of money for a certain type of contract. What are you doing?
bro, I'm declining. I'm telling you because I have such integrity with like you like people don't understand like how much we had to like sacrifice like that me and my friends had to like sacrifice to like do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like we're really like really doing this shit. It's not like just some shit that we're doing for like an image or like to say that we're rapping. Like we put in like countless hours of work and like we've invested our own money into this shit. We have had no help, no handouts, no features, no cosigns. Like the only people we work with is each other and everything that we've done, we have done it on our own, like without any help. So it's like at this point, we just have that like fuck everybody mentality. We don't want help. We don't need help. Stay the fuck away from us. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. And you know what? And I was going through your catalog. I did see that you were working with the same artist and that you weren't having too many features from, elsewhere. And
Yeah,
it definitely shows your work is paying off, bro.
yeah.
It
It's
definitely,
it's like it's growing slowly, but like when someone does find us, it resonates with them. You know what I'm saying? Like we're hard to find because, like I said, we don't really promote. Like everything, bruh, is self promoted. Like we literally just drop the music and people come to it. There's no like we don't go to blogs and be like, yo, can you post this? Or go to other artists and be like, yo, can you retweet this? Like we'll send it to our homies, obviously, like our close friends who actually want to hear it and are actually like, yo, send this to me when it drops. But we're not out here like promoting it to everybody. And we're not even throwing shows or nothing, bro. We literally just stay inside and post music, and everything that we've built so far is just from that alone.
damn, dog. And that's a real good work ethics right there, bro. I gotta let you know that's some good stuff. You said that you're not out there doing the live shows, but have you ever performed?
Yeah, yeah. We don't throw our own shows, but like people will ask us to be on shows. We just did a show last Saturday with the Ward Boys. Shout out the Ward Boys. They had an album that they were releasing, and they had asked me and Slam to perform. Uh, we did a show back last year. Our homie Creek Indigo. I don't know if you've heard of Creek Indigo.
I've seen them on your
Yeah,
tracking.
Creek Indigo. We ended up. He lives in Virginia. He lives out east. So he ended up flying out here and staying with a mutual friend of ours to just be out here and work with everybody. You know what I mean? Because we were supporting him heavy from out here. He ended up fucking with us tough online. So he ended up just flying out here and staying out here for like 3 months, bro. And we were just grinding for 3 months straight.
Whoo, that is commitment right there.
We did a show with them, and that was my first performance ever. Was that show, and that shit really gave me a boost of confidence. I was like, holy shit! So people really are kind of listening. You know what I mean? It made me feel like, because I had never really seen my work pay off. Like I seen the numbers on SoundCloud and the comments and the Instagram and shit, and like the DMs of people telling me, oh, like you're my favorite artist and shit. But I just like didn't really believe it. I thought people were just being like kiss asses or just trying to be nice and shit. But when you go to the shows, you really see like, all right, bro, people are fucking with me. Shit's crazy.
That's a whole different type of energy, dude. Talk us through it. Like, how were you feeling being on there before and after?
Like before a show and after?
Yeah.
Bruh. Before a show, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be nervous as fuck. Nervous, like sick to my stomach. Like I don't know why either, bro. Because like when I'm talking to people one-on-one, I don't really get like I'm not a type of person that has anxiety. You know what I mean? Like I have anxiety sometimes, but like for the most part, I'm a pretty like I could talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Any type of person from any type of background. But I don't know. There's something about a show where it's like I just take this shit so serious. So it's like when I do a show, I have to make sure like I leave my mark. You know what I mean? I make my presence known. I make sure I walk into that show focused and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? We like and we're all get there as a group, but we just stay quiet, get to a corner of the room, and we're just focusing up, bro. That's all it is. And then after the show, bruh, I can't even explain it. It feels like a DMT experience. Like when you're done, you really need to like decompress and be like, yo, like I need to chill for a second. Like that was intense. It really like takes an emotional toll on me performing for sure. I put it in my music, bro. Like I mean that shit. So it's like when I'm performing it, it's like I'm really trying to say it and like impact somebody in the room. You know what I mean? I'm trying to shut the room the fuck up. I want to shut the room down.
Yo, that's right. I felt the energy just talking about it, bro. Yeah. It's something that you can't compare it to anything, really.
Yeah, no, you can't fake this shit, bro. Like you really can't. It's just like it really is my whole world, bro. My whole world revolves around this shit. And yeah, bro, it's not a game to me and my friends, bro. Like we're really trying to do this shit. We're really serious about it.
I like that. So on your SoundCloud, by the way, is your music elsewhere like Spotify, Apple Music?
So right now I have it on SoundCloud, and then some of it is on YouTube, and some of the tapes are ended on YouTube. Like they're longer than the tapes that are on SoundCloud. But I don't have my Spotify or Apple Music or anything set up yet. I want to set up my DistroKid, but honestly, bro, I'm just lazy with setting that up. But I just like enjoy dropping shit like on SoundCloud. It's just like I feel like it's easy to access, easy to like keep everything organized and just keep everything in one spot. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. I do
all platforms eventually.
I was gonna say I'm in love with SoundCloud. I love it, but I do know that it goes through constant changes all the time. What are your thoughts on SoundCloud right now?
There's still a lot of raw shit being going on. If you like look, if you really are like into the music and you want to like take the time to dig and like listen to recommended songs and like just dig through other people who they're following and like just try and find people, you could find some people. Like I fuck with like the newer people that are kind of coming out that are still like raw. Like I fuck with like Token Potent, all of like Guap Gang, Soul Zay, like DJ Soul Zay and DJ Koza are really killing shit like in the underground still. Other than that, like that like plug and be hyper pop kind of transfusion wave, it's pretty fire. But I'm not like I haven't really gotten invested into it like I had the older sound, you know.
What would you say you as an artist? What kind of genres would you fall under?
I guess I just kind of have like more of like a cloud rap kind of sound. I kind of just like categorize it as like ambient trap. I just love like I
Yeah.
love like wavy, just ambient kind of type of like melodic, but yet hard drums, hi hats, snares, but just like darker feeling shit. Like I don't really know. I don't really. I wouldn't give it a genre. It just comes from like 2012 through 2015 SoundCloud rap. It's just like that trill shit.
I feel that you said it perfect. Like when the ambience of the music, like talk about your beat selection. Like every beat you have that I've heard so far is amazing, dude. It has that eerie kind of sound to it.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I scour because like okay. So that's another reason why I don't have my shit on all platforms, bro. Because I still be scouring SoundCloud and scouring YouTube for beats like all the time. I work with like now I work with Creek Indigo. You know what I mean? He makes me a
Yeah.
lot. I work with my brother Goldtune. We get shit done like all the time. But like for the most part, I still dig like online for shit all the time. And I don't know, bro. I just find it in the corners of the internet somehow. I just dig through SoundCloud and just like find little producers that are like making that style, and then I just like dig through all their followers and try to find other producers on that same wave. And I
Mm.
I just pick shit out, bro. My beat collection right now is like insane. Like what you heard is not even like a fifth of like the list of shit that I have like on ice. You know,
Damn.
I got a lot of shit on ice. And then I'm starting to learn how to make beats too. I'm trying to get fully self-produced at some point.
Ooh, yo, that's the move.
Yeah, fully self-produced is like the way to go, and is like the most respect, in my opinion. And
Yeah.
anyone who's self-produced, even if they don't do numbers, I respect them straight up.
So how far are you right now in your producing journey?
Bro, I just started experimenting like earlier this year. I made the outro for my latest album. I did like the little instrumental for it, but I haven't made anything that I actually like have rapped on and like made a song with. But it's coming for sure.
As if that ever mattered, right?
Yeah, as if that ever mattered. Yeah,
Yeah, the thing that I loved about that's the whole late bloomer, right? Late bloomer.
yeah, late bloomer.
I love that you had the intro and the outro because not too many artists are doing that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people doing like full length projects in general right now. Everyone's just kind of dropping like little mixtapes or EPs. I don't see too many people putting out big bodies of work, and that was my first like big body of work. I usually am on like the 8 song tapes, little mixtapes. I like dropping singles. That was like my first full length like project.
Yeah, Late Bloomer is a badass record, bro, from the beginning to the end. 17 records. In my opinion, in the beginning, you had more of the records that were in your face, and at the towards the end, you just felt the heartaches, the some of the pain in it. Talk to us about the story behind that and why it's called Late Bloomer.
Uh, Late bloomer. That project was like over a year in the making. I kind of had the concept. I had like started the concept of it in 2021. It was just a name. I didn't really know if I was actually gonna like focus on actually like making the project. And all I know is I wanted to do an album, and I was just slowly piecing together things. Late bloomer just comes from because that's like just like what I feel like, bro. I feel like it took me a minute to like really come out of my shell and like be exactly who I am. You know what I'm saying? It took me a minute
I
to
feel
really
that.
like I know that sounds corny, but it really did. It took me a second in my life to like really become comfortable in like who I truly am and shit. And I feel like after I wasn't really focused on the album and then my dad passed away and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna finish this album and just like after this album, I'm just gonna make every like the best music I ever made. You know what I'm saying? So Late Bloomer was kind of like the death of the old me into this new like evolved, comfortable version of myself, I guess.
Man, that's very poetic, bro. Rest in peace to your pops.
Appreciate it.
Um, Talk us about Blunts in the Attic. Let's take it back.
Oh shit, that was the first project that me and Slam ever did. Cause like, okay, so I had made, like when I first started in 2018, I had made like 5 songs that were literally just experiments, like experimenting songs. They were just songs with like different types of like beats. A lot of it was just like the corniest SoundCloud like type beats. Like I was on like a Chief Keef type beat and like a Lil Pump type beat and shit. Just
Yeah.
like getting feet in the water, just figuring out like how to record. And then if you go all the way down to the bottom of my SoundCloud, there was a song called Demonetized. And that was like my first time making a song that was like, I guess, that would then begin into the sound that I have today. And once I dropped that song, I ended up just like being like, all right, people are fucking with this. I actually had like 1,000 plays like within the first day. It's a terrible song. I think the only reason it
Damn.
got that many plays is because it had like a Lil Peep sample. I didn't even know it was a Lil Peep sample, but the algorithm must have picked it up and like it just ended up going, dude. And like even people on Twitter were like retweeting the shit out of it, and just like people were fucking with it. I didn't like at the time. I thought it was a good song, but I go back and listen to it now, and I'm like, that shit's weak. And yeah, and then once I got into that sound, me and Jake were like, well, dude, you're like starting to find your sound. Like, let's do a project. And then yeah, we did Blunts in the Attic.
Dog, 18,000 plays on Demonetized.
Yeah, I don't even ask me how, bro. I don't even understand how. I sent that song too. What's funny is like I think it got like a little bit of a steam because I sent it to every single person in my Facebook Messenger because I was like, fuck Facebook, bro. I don't use Facebook. I don't give a shit about Facebook. I'm gonna send this to everybody on Facebook and see what happens. I sent
Smart
that
move.
to everybody on Facebook, bro. There was easily like 2,000, 3,000 messages I sent that shit through. And yeah, it ended up getting like a little bit of a roll of steam. And then once you get past that 1,000 play mark, it kind of just throws the song into the algorithm. And once it's in the algorithm, it just takes on a life of its own. And likes started flooding in, and yeah, that's like, bro.
Bro, I like that story, dog, about the Facebook. That's a smart move right there, bro.
Yeah, I was like, fuck Facebook. I don't take Facebook serious. I'm just gonna like spam it to everybody on Facebook because like I don't give a fuck about Facebook.
Round of applause for that, dog. That's real good.
It worked. It worked.
Do you still have access to that Facebook?
No, I completely deactivated my Facebook. I only have Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and like that. That's really it. That's like the only thing I really use. I'm not really like I don't have Snapchat or Facebook or nothing like that.
Now with Facebook, it freaking just went downhill a long time ago. It's straight up just doo doo, right? But like they bought Instagram, and Instagram's kind of taking a decline. Like, what are your thoughts on Instagram?
Instagram's like I just started kind of getting the hang of Instagram. I feel like at first it was like I never really liked Instagram. I was like just a Twitter nerd. I've always kind of been a Twitter nerd, and I never really like focused on my Instagram. And then like yeah, about 2019, 2020, I started fucking around and like actually trying to like make my page look nice and like try to actually post pictures that were like clean and shit, not just like posting random shit. And I don't know, Instagram is cool. I feel like I get more interaction on there than any other like source right now. Even though it is on the kind of the decline, it still is like one of the best ways to promote because there's like the story, the actual posts, reels, videos. You can do anything on there now. So
Most def, I agree with you. Like, I love Instagram. That's where my main community's at. You know, my engagement. It's just like they be trying to copy like TikTok and suggesting other videos. I'm like, yo, I want to see the people I follow. You know,
every platform wants that little TikTok style shit now. But I mean,
yeah.
TikTok's funny as fuck. I can't even lie.
Yo, TikTok is hella funny. You're right. You don't have a TikTok. You didn't mention it,
I
right?
have TikTok, but I don't post like actual like I don't really post on there. I don't. It's mainly just like the funniest shit from my Instagram stories. I just post on there.
Like, have you ever thought about marketing yourself on TikTok?
Mm, not like I haven't tried focusing on the marketing on there yet. I mean, I want to like I'll post. Obviously, I'll post like a snippet of all the music videos on there. I'll post like little like screen recordings of the track and like when I post a new song and shit. But I've never actually like focused on promoting on there. But I'm curious to see if it would actually work. I don't really know how hot like my sound would like go on there, because it's like a lot of the shit that gets popular on TikTok is like
True.
on a different wave, you know what I'm saying? But shit, I got nothing against it, honestly. I mean,
Very
I
true.
try promoting it.
Very true. I remember when TikTok first started, it was just dancing and stuff like that. But now it has evolved into like YouTube 2.0 type thing, you know?
People are more into the short term content now. I don't really get it. I still like my long form videos, but yeah, I see the appeal as to why it's like as popular as it is.
Val, so I have this series that I do called This to That on Twitch, where I do deep dives on the artists that I have, faith in that are going to blow up. And what I do is I take a deep dive into like their earliest record and compare it to their latest. And I got to listen to your full tape that you dropped, let's see here, a month ago, Late Bloomer. And then I listened to Blunts in the Attic, which was 3 years ago. And I gotta say, bro, it held its weight. It's still good, and you've been damn good for that long.
Bro, I appreciate it, bro. Like, I really feel like every project, it definitely gets better and better, because like the mixing, obviously, like the more time you spend on it, you're just gonna get better at mixing. The more time you put into writing and practicing it, it's just gonna get better. But I really do try to like make sure everything sounds like a level up compared to the last one. Even if it's not, I at least try. You know what I'm saying? At least try.
Yeah, Late Bloomer, bro. You're mixing, the mastering, everything sounds so good, dude. I gotta give you props. It sounds really good.
Appreciate it, dog. It's all on GarageBand, bro. All GarageBand, all done myself.
What? Shout out GarageBand, bro. Damn, you got it done on GarageBand. Now, without giving away, your secret recipe, talk us about how you make a record.
The process is just like I'm digging for beats every day. I don't really make records every day, but I definitely am at least listening to beats and like staying in the mindset of making a song like every day. Eventually, I don't know. I have to get in this certain zone, bro. There's like this certain zone that I get into when I make a song that actually is like something that makes the project. Because I make a lot of songs that don't make the projects, or I make a song and I'll delete it. There's just like a lot of shit, but there's a certain zone that I get into that's like, I don't know. A lot of my music comes from like this like state of like this tunnel vision, and I just get in this state where it's like nothing else in the room or the world exists. It's just me right there with the beat like playing in my head, and I get into like almost this like, I don't really know how to explain it, dude. It's like a comatose state where I'm just like, I don't even like, bro, I don't even understand how to make music. Like, this is the crazy thing. Like, I don't know anything about music theory. I don't know anything about like BPM. I don't know anything about nothing, bro. This is like the shit that comes out of my music is just what the beat pulls out of me. It's like the beat. I have to find a beat that is like pulling this shit out of me. The beat puts me into its world that it creates. You know what I mean? I feel like I kind of like become connected to the beat, and everything that I'm saying is just like automatic. It's like there's not even any thought to it. It's just straight up raw, in the moment thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you mean, bro. You're like an artiste. You have it's a superpower.
I guess I don't really know, brother. It's just like yeah. It just happens. There's no really base to it. It's just like the verse just comes out of me like that.
Yo, that's badass, bro. Now on your SoundCloud, you have right now a total of 50 tracks. What's the ratio compared to what's in the vault?
Um, Fuck. In the vault right now, as far as like unfinished music,
Yeah, songs that are not
there's
released,
like, okay, so there's like 50 songs that are posted. There's probably about 30 songs that got deleted
Oh, damn.
that are still like good songs, but they just got deleted because I just like, I don't know, I delete shit all the time. I delete shit, put it back up on other pages. I like to keep it like, you know what I mean? I don't like people to be, I don't know. I like letting people dig for shit. You know what I mean?
Ooh,
You'll try to find it. But
yeah.
I got about, 30 shits that are deleted. And I probably have another like 30 songs that are like in the vault that are like either halfway finished or that are done and not going to get posted.
with all of these records, go
Okay.
ahead.
Is I have three MacBook. I have like another MacBook that got fried. So there's a hard
Oh,
drive, a bunch of incomplete songs, and then another MacBook that I bought right after that that also got fried that has another couple songs, and then my current laptop right now that has like work on there too. So yeah, I gotta pull the hard drives from the others. But bruh, there's some fire ass songs on my old laptop, and yeah, that shit got fried, and that was like the most disheartening thing ever.
damn, dog. That's like one
Late,
of the worst things.
late bloomer, I had to start over twice, bro.
What?
Yeah, I had to start over twice on that shit because of the laptops.
Oh, shit, dog. What the hell, bro?
It was
That's
terrible.
that's terrible for a musician, dude. That is not okay. That would piss me off.
Luckily, I had the money to buy new ones, bro. Because I like when I don't have a computer, I don't feel like myself at all, bro. I feel like a waste of life when I don't have a laptop, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, that's true. Like for all the artists that are listening, that are gonna listen, like that's a very good investment.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Most def. Save up your chips, do what you gotta do to get yourself a laptop or some type of computer, because it's gonna make everything that much better,
Yeah. Straight
that
up.
much
And
easier.
with the setup that I got, you can take that shit anywhere too. Once you wait, all you really need is a laptop, a microphone, and an interface, bro. You don't really.
Yeah, no excuses. You can get it done. When making a record, bro, how long does it take?
I mean, it really doesn't take any longer than like the recording process maybe takes like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. The mixing process takes weeks, but because I just like
Mm,
so like nitty gritty and like fine tuning shit all the time, trying to make it sound the best I can. The mixing and mastering process is like the longest part, but the recording process, yeah, maybe takes like 45 minutes.
that's mad dope. Now I remember, I swear, didn't you have a music video?
I have like five music videos out, but they're not on my main YouTube. They're on Andrew's page. If you look up Andrew Live,
Mm.
that's where all my music videos and everybody else that's in Unspoken, all their videos are there too.
Uh, what's his YouTube channel?
Andrew Lyons with two L,
Andrew.
Llyons. So Andrew Lyons, all together, all lowercase.
All right, I'm gonna definitely check that out, sub, because that'd be dope. So you have a total of 5 videos, music videos.
Yeah.
Um, which one is your favorite? Which one you had the most fun doing?
Our first video for the song called Dethrone off my Somewhere on Grimes mixtape, that's still my favorite video we ever made. That was like such a fucking sick ass day because that was the first time me and Andrew like sat down and worked together. You know what I mean? We had fucked with each other for hella long, and like he's been in the group taking pictures for us. But that was our first video we ever worked on together, so it means the most, you know, because that was like the start of our. That's the only person I trust to do my videos. I'll never do videos with another person, you know.
Yo,
Yeah.
is there any plans on doing any videos for any of the tracks on Late Bloomer?
Yeah, there is a song, there is one out for A Cynical Way of Thinking. That's a song on the tape, and then I'm gonna do another video for either River's Edge or Those Days Are Over.
Dog.
Either one of those are gonna have. That's gonna be the next video. So
Um, which one is it? One of my favorite tracks off the your latest album is Beneath the Almond Trees. Can you talk about that record?
yeah, that's a record with one of my producers, like one of my good friends who lives in Modesto named Goldtune. We made that shit from scratch live in the studio.
You
Yeah.
can tell, dog.
Made that beat from the ground up, and we recorded it there, and then I mixed it. He went home, and I mixed it myself at the house. So
Got it done.
that was all done in real life, in person. That was a straight made from scratch beat right there in the studio. No YouTube, no SoundCloud help. It was just, yeah, we made that shit from the ground up.
Dude, man, I mean, the whole tape is fire, dog, but I love that you did it from scratch. You can definitely feel the energy on the record.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Anything that's done by Creek Indigo or Goldtune was made in person.
Ooh, that's hard, dog. That's a dope fact right there. And you're from the state of California, right?
Yeah, I'm from California. I'm from a little town in the central Cali called Modesto.
And so how is the music scene right now over there?
Um, I don't know, dog. It's like it's crazy because when I first started, the underground scene there was heavy. Like there was a handful of people. Like there's boys killing it in Stockton, like which is another city 30 minutes away. They be killing shit out there too. Shout out Drash, shout out Indio, shout out like Don Quez. They were all like buzzing, and they're only like 30 minutes away. And then we had a handful of people in Modesto too that were making music. Like everyone in Major Threat, like shout out Newport Godly, shout out like Matty Ruger, shout out who else is from Modesto that's killing shit. Like MBK, like all those boys, they were killing it and shit too. But I don't know, from 2018 and once COVID kind of happened, a lot of people fell off, bro. And there's not a lot of people right now that are like grinding. There's still a lot of like musicians, but I feel like, bro, like not to sound like a fucking self-centered type of person, but I feel like there's not a lot of people outworking us right now in Modesto as far as like the amount of shit that we are constantly dropping and trying to do.
Damn. And how important is it to get the love and support from the areas around your city, including your city?
But, bro, like I feel like there's not a lot of love at all from like the inner city. Like there is now, because I feel like there's kids now that are definitely like that are becoming influenced by like mine and Jake's earlier shit, mine and Slam's earlier shit. So there's definitely kids now that are in our like lane of the underground that are like coming up and shit. But there's not like too many people that are like fucking, yeah, bro. Like not a lot of people locally are showing love besides like the people that we meet in person and meet us as like people, you know what I'm saying? But like shout out to like the homies Santos and like a lot of the like hardcore supporter, like local supporters, bro. Like any local support is crazy because it's like I really feel like people don't fuck with us locally at all. It's all online love.
On SoundCloud, you have the option to see where your listeners are from, all around the world. Have you had a chance to check that out?
Yeah, a lot of my top country is obviously the United States. Right underneath that is Russia, and then right underneath that is Canada. So it's like the U.S., Canada, and I like locally. I don't know. I have a good amount of streams from just like the local city alone, but nothing that like it doesn't outweigh all the other places that listen to it at all.
Bro, do you ever like just take a moment and think, damn, I got fans in Russia?
Oh yeah, I think about it all the time, bro. I think about that shit every day. That's all I think about.
Damn.
It's crazy to think that like anyone actually listens to me and like thinks that I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy when people DM me and tell me like even I only have like 700 followers, bro. And I have kids telling me like I'm their favorite artist and that they listen to my shit every day. You know what I mean? They buy merch, they stream our shit, they share our shit. Like that shit means the absolute world to me, bro. Like people don't understand how much that shit means to me.
Bro, that's beautiful right there, dog. That's so special right there.
Yeah, this is really all I got, bro. Music, that's all I got. This is it.
Doing a little flip around, have you dealt with any like negativity, any haters?
Yeah, I mean, bro, a lot of the music is kind of based on like, I don't know, the fakeness of people that are around me. I don't know. I feel like I've been around a lot of people that are like, they show love to your face, but they're gonna sneak this behind your back. They're gonna like hate on you from a distance. You know what I mean? They'll show love, but they really are showing love with ill intentions. You know what I mean? They only show love to gain something from you. So that's why I'm telling you, bro, I don't fuck with nobody. I don't go out. I don't go to bars. I don't go to other people's shows. I don't reach out to people. I just stay in my own lane, bro, because people be hating like a motherfucker, bro. People be jealous as fuck, and it's
For
crazy.
real.
Crazy music is, that's like the most annoying part about this shit. That's probably the one thing I dislike is actually having to coexist with other artists is like hard because I'm a very like, I'm not a confrontational person, but I'm very like hard-headed and like I see through everything. You know what I'm saying? You can't fuck around and like be fake around me, bro, because I'm gonna call it out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that rap, hip hop, there's a lot of hate in that space. If you're a country artist, if you do rock and roll, like you don't really deal with that.
This is a full contact sport, bro. Underground rap is crazy. It really is. It's like, it's no joke. There's a lot of people that be preying on your downfall and this shit. Even though none of us are really shit, there's a lot of ego involved in this shit, bro. Like this whole scene is filled with fucking people living in delusion. You know what I'm saying? So
Shit, dog, for real. Damn. What do you think about like the internet? Being like you can really take sounds from all types of different genres, all different types of content.
yeah.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing for an artist?
I feel like I feel like it's not bad to be inspired, bro. Like it really is not bad to borrow things from like, I don't know, bro. It's good to like explore other, just to constantly be finding new things. Like find new things, and if it makes you make better music, you know what I'm saying? Then
Mhm.
why not be influenced? So
That's a great answer. You know, we spoke on music that you like and influences that helped you and whatnot. Besides the music, is there anything else that you can name that helped inspire you as an artist?
besides music, I would definitely say just like being fuck man, that's a good question. Just like, for one, the area I grew up in, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the west side of Modesto, and it was just like it definitely is like one of the roughest places, as like, I don't know, or the roughest places that you could be in, at least in this city. So I grew up around nothing but, like, I feel like, bro, the last good graduating year of people were from 2015, bro. Like anything after, like, I don't know, bro. People were just more solid when I was in school. You grew up around a lot of more like real motherfuckers that were like really doing shit, like really fucking. Like I grew up around people that were really sipping lean. You know what I mean? We've been smoking weed since we were 14. We've been on like all the shit that they talk about in this music, bro. I was living that shit before I was even making music. Like that's what people don't understand. I was really doing all the shit that these people talk about, like in real life. You know what I mean? Like I was really sipping lean. I was really smoking weed. I was really fucking doing that shit like throughout my whole like childhood, teenhood, adulthood. So yeah, before I
Mm.
even made music, I was like, and before I was even a fan of like the underground, I was already living that lifestyle that
Mm.
they portray in the music. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no faking the funk here, bro. That's in your blood.
Nah, there's no fake trill around here, bro. We're really like that.
With Late Bloomer, you dropped that a month ago. Still new, right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that's in the works that you got in the
Oh yeah, I already
plans?
got another project on the way. I got another 8 song tape on the way. I'm about like halfway done with it. That'll probably drop. I'm gonna drop another video from Late Bloomer before I
Right.
drop the tape. So I'll have like one more big video, and then I'll drop another tape right after that. And then yeah, I already got another tape. I don't have a name for it yet or a release date, but it will be out before winter for sure.
Ooh, okay, okay. Got
And then winter is when the real projects start. You know what I'm saying? That's like when the best shit gets made. I feel like, at least for me, the winter time. I
gotta
hate that.
stay tuned. Oh yeah, dog. Same, bro. I'm gonna stay tuned on that. For the people who don't know you yet, that haven't tapped into your catalog, what are some of the songs they should start off with?
Shit, that's a good question. Um, I would definitely go listen to Somewhere on Grimes. I feel like that was my first project where I really was like, I found myself kind of my like, I don't know. I feel like that was when I was first like really lyrically spitting the realest shit. Like I feel like Somewhere on Grimes, and after that is when I stopped like putting shit in my music that I wasn't doing like in real, I don't know, in real life. You know what I'm saying? Like I exaggerated a lot of my early music. It was like cornerly dark. There was like, you know what I mean? It was like overly dark or like overly violent. And like I was like, you know what, bro? I'm done promoting like gun violence. I don't even carry guns or fuck with guns anymore or shit like that. I wanted to stop talking about that. I wanted to stop talking about a bunch of shit. So I'd say like Summer on Grimes and It Watches Me Through the Fence are like my two most like well put together projects. You feel me?
Mm. Y'all heard it. Go check it out. Summer on Grimes 2 years ago, dude. What is this? 5 records?
Yeah,
Ooh,
it was 8 songs, but I ended up deleting a couple songs. I'm gonna plug my phone in while we're talking.
most def. Yeah, and you got some good numbers, dude. There's some real good numbers right there. Now
Yeah,
earlier, go ahead.
Yeah, for not having like any promotion, I'm happy with the numbers. You know what I mean? It's not the highest numbers, but it definitely is all those are everything on there is organic, you know what I'm saying?
Damn, dog. And that's what I love to hear, bro. I like that. You're staying organic. Now, earlier in the podcast, you talked about back in the day, you used to be a gamer, and you're not so much into that. But can you name a couple of hobbies or things about you that no one knows that you would like to the fans to know about you?
But um I'm really into like photography and videography. I don't do much of my own videography, but I'm really into like looking and finding just like random niche documentary type pieces on like YouTube. Uh, I'm really into like movies, old TV shows, uh, fashion for sure. You know what I'm saying? Anything fashion in general. One of my biggest hobbies is like thrifting and shit. Uh,
Mm,
Man, I'm just such a music nerd. It's kind of like I haven't really been exploring too many of my other interests, bro. I've just been focusing on music for real. Like that's all I've been able to do for the last like 4 years, bro. Other than that, I like kicking it with my friends. I like exploring fucking new places. I like traveling. Me and the homies are constantly going to new places to try and find places to shoot videos, new places to shoot pictures. Just like trying to create a world in through every aspect that's not music too, you know, trying to make people feel encapsulated in what the fuck we're doing by like, you know, taking pictures, doing videos and shit like that. So yeah, just kicking it with the homies really is like my
damn.
favorite thing to do, man. Find your friends and fucking stick with them, bro. Find people you trust and go experience shit. Go do shit.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
facts. Very true, dog. I like that. It's a great message too, you know? At the end of the day, find your people, make some memories, and your passion for music, bro, it definitely shows. So that does not go unnoticed and is not in vain, bro. So props to you on that.
I appreciate you, bro.
Big solid right there. With the music, is it like, do you do it mostly writing the tracks, or are you doing the freestyling, punching it in? How's that?
I write everything. I prefer to write. I've been kind of experimenting with freestyling more and more. Like maybe just doing a couple bars while I freestyle it, and then like go into just like finishing it by writing it. I tried punching in like the other day. I was like fucking around on a beat where like I could punch in on, but for the most part, bro, I just enjoy the writing process. That's like it's the best way for me to do it. You know.
I like that,
I
dog. I
also,
like that. I was gonna say, shout out to Dad internally, bro. He's the one that put me on to you and your music.
oh yeah, man, he's been fucking me for a long time. That's one of my first supporters. He found me on SoundCloud randomly and just ended up following me on all of the social medias. And he's just been fucking with me ever since, bro. Big shout out to him.
So we're in the month of August,
hmm
2022. We got a few more months before the year ends. How do you feel about your music journey right now?
Um, like I said, I got another 8-song tape coming, another video. I feel like the rest of this year is going to be really good. I'm sure we're going to end up doing a couple more shows as well. Because, like I said, some of the other kids that are coming up right now, they're super fucking, they're super into throwing shows and super focused on that. And they're always inviting us to play it. So we definitely got more shows, more videos, more music. We're just, same shit as every year, bro. We're just going to be grinding.
I like that. And I know 2023 is not, still got some time before that, but do you have any plans for the upcoming year?
2023, I definitely am hoping to, by the end of this year, at least find a couple people out of state that I can connect with and just kind of like fly out somewhere and just work on music for a couple months and just not really be out here. Just kind of get out of my comfort zone, get out of my regular environment, and go work with some producers. Hopefully, that's what I'm really trying to find is just like a producer that wants to sit down and knows my sound and can just like help me craft songs from the ground up that are like actually shit that I would like. You know what I'm saying? Shit that I really like. So
I hear
hopefully
that.
connecting with some people and making new music with new people that are like that fuck with us, you know?
Earlier on the podcast, you spoke of Unspoken, which is like a family, right?
Yeah.
Can you go ahead and name everyone that's in that?
Yeah. Shout out Zella, my brother Zella. Shout out Slam Yates. I wouldn't be anywhere without Slam Yates. So big shout out Slam Yates. Shout out Gold Tomb, our main producer. Shout out my brother Andrew for doing all of our videos, all of our pictures. Shout out to Hooker Pistol, who's another little producer that we fuck with every once in a while. He's been kind of MIA, but he's still, you know what I mean? He's still cold as fuck. He's always going to be a part of it. Shout out Young Hog, who's another dude who's on hiatus right now, but a super, super sick artist, self-produced, in the same wave too. Shout out the homie Jamal. He doesn't make music, but he's just like one of the close homies that we fuck with, you know, and we keep him close. Shout out the homie TJ, the homie Panchito, who also don't make music. They just are just really close friends that are just part of the team and the family. Eventually, you know, as shit gets bigger, I hope I can employ all these motherfuckers into having some kind of part of the little machine that we're trying to build. But yeah, that's everybody. That's really it. Oh, and then shout out the homie Sean, Bounce Back Detailing. You know what I mean? Shout out the smoke shop that I work for. You know what I mean? We have a bunch of businesses that we help run and that we work for that are all small businesses, family owned. So we help promote those businesses as well. And yeah, so that's really it. And Creek Indigo, bruh. Of course, my brother Creek Indigo. Shout out Creek Indigo. I know he does his own thing, but he'll always be unspoken. You know what I mean? That's my brother for real. Creek Indigo, one of my favorite artists of all time, and I'm lucky to have been able to meet him and work with him as well.
Mad solid, bro. You did mention that. So you're from California, and one of your homies was from Virginia.
Yeah.
Is there any other states that these people are from?
Yeah, Young Hogs from Arkansas, Hooker Pistols from Texas, and my homie TJ lives in Baltimore. Everybody else is local.
Damn, dog.
Everybody else is local.
That's badass. That's badass. And earlier in the podcast, you said that you know, you stay in you guys' lane. You know, you don't really fuck around with anybody. Let's say after this podcast, you start getting a couple artists hitting you up in the DMs. Like, what is the criteria to even work with certain artists?
I feel like when I picked people for Unspoken, it's like the music that I like and that I listen to on the daily basis, I have to be able to feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be able to feel what you're saying and really relate to it. You know what I'm saying? I have to have been able to all right, yeah, I've been there. I've been in that situation, or like just having a similar mentality about the world. I feel like if I find an artist that and I listen to their music and I can tell that they see the world in like kind of like the similar lens as me and my friends, I might fuck around and work with them. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, there's not really any criteria. It's just like, yeah, I just have to be able to feel your music if I want to work with you. You know what I mean? I feel like we think about shit in the same way or have been through the same type of things.
Damn, that's a real good answer. Because at the end of the day, it's true. Like, we all have different lenses and we see the world so differently.
Absolutely. Yeah, we all have different beliefs, different morals, different experiences, you know, so.
Damn, that's facts. That's facts. I like that answer, bro. Good stuff right there. Bro, it's been a beautiful podcast. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you want to talk about?
My brother Slam Yates just dropped a fucking mixtape as well. It's called This State Is Fucked. I want to shout out to him and go check that shit out on SoundCloud. You'll be able to find it reposted on my page. Go through my repost on SoundCloud. Anyone that's reposted in my SoundCloud is somebody that I fuck with for, you know, close with or fuck with. And if you want to find some new good music that has nothing to do with me or anyone that I know, just go through my likes on SoundCloud too. If you want to find some fire ass shit. Other than that, man, shout out to Chris from BDF. Shout out to Lil Pop. Shout out to just all my brothers that I met through Major Threat, BDF. Y'all will always be family, you know what I mean? Even though we all got our own separate little things going on, we got our own shit. Those will forever be my brothers, man. So, like, shout out to everybody that helped me on my way up and showed me that I could really do this shit, you know what I'm saying? Just shout out to all the love, too. Shout out to everybody who supports my shit. Shout out to everybody who listens to my shit, who buys our shit and just, like, yeah, comes to the shows and screams our lyrics, bro. Like, shout out to everybody.
Yo, man, that's my love. I'm definitely going to check out Slam Yates. I just give him a follow.
Definitely. You have to.
The tape he dropped was 19 days ago, 11 tracks. Definitely going to give that a listen.
Mm-hmm.
Does Unspoken have a page on Instagram?
Unspoken does have a page on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram at UnspokenURL. It's on Instagram and Twitter. So Instagram and Twitter at Unspoken URL. You can find me on like any platform as VELS Sig, VELSCIG. And anyone that you see tagged in my post is the homies that I keep close around me. So follow them too. You feel me? Follow anyone you see me post pictures with. Follow anyone you see me repost on SoundCloud because most likely they're the homies.
Boom, baby, boom. So everyone, go give this man a follow. All the platforms that he has. Check out the music. Check out the team. VEL was a dope podcast, some dope messages, some dope stories. I hope you had a good time. We definitely got to do it again.
Definitely, bro. I appreciate you even fucking with me and inviting me on here, bro. I fuck with your shit. I fuck with all your content, all the people that you. And it's good. And the underground needs people like you.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? It needs pages like this because there's not a lot of people out here that really give a fuck about small artists anymore. You know, so you're doing a good thing for the scene and doing a good thing for music in general.
Bro, thank you so much for those kind words. It's an honor to hear that, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm just trying to be a cheerleader, you know, do the best I can, do what I can provide. And if you ever need anything from me, bro, we got footage of a video, a hot song that I might have missed. My DM is always open. But you guys definitely give VEL a follow. Check out the team. Check out the music. It's dope. It's solid music, man. GG Flames all the way.